you ever feel completely drained after interacting with someone? Even if they seemed normal at first. You try to be kind, you try to be understanding, and somehow you end up questioning yourself, your confidence, your worth, your energy. All of it gets chipped away without you even realizing it. These are the people most of us have encountered. Toxic individuals. They don't attack you openly. They work slowly, silently, and cunningly. And the truth is, most people try to fight them, argue with them, or get emotionally reactive, only to fall right into their trap. But here's the secret that very few understand. You don't need to fight toxic people to win. You need to outsmart them. And the smartest people do it silently, calmly, and with strategy. In this video, I'm going to show you 7 clever ways to deal with toxic people, so you can protect your peace, strengthen your mind, and rise above their chaos. By the end, you'll understand how to remain untouchable while they continue to flounder in their own darkness. Let's dive in. Point 1. Guard your emotional energy. Become unreactive. The first thing to understand about toxic people is this: they feed on your reactions. Every argument, every defensive word, every moment of anger is like a meal for them. They want you to respond emotionally, because that gives them control over you. Imagine this. A coworker constantly criticizes you. Every time you get upset, they smile inwardly because they know they've affected you. They've planted a seed of doubt, and it's growing exactly as they planned. The clever response: do not give them that fuel. Emotional unavailability is a superpower. It's not about, suppressing your emotions, it's about choosing where to invest them. You can acknowledge the situation, but you don't need to react. Here's a practical tip. Next time someone tries to push your buttons, pause. Take a deep breath. Observe your feelings without immediately responding. You'll notice something powerful happening. Their influence over you starts to diminish. The storm inside you quiets, and suddenly, their attempts to manipulate lose their effect. This is the first step to becoming untouchable. The more you control your reactions, the more you control the situation, and toxic people hate losing control. Point 2. Boundaries are your shield. Enforce without explaining. The second way to handle toxic individuals is clear, firm boundaries. One of the biggest mistakes most people make is trying to explain their boundaries, justify their decisions, or reason with a toxic person. That's a trap. Toxic people don't respect reason. They respect limits. Boundaries are not selfish. They are a declaration of self-worth. When you set a boundary, you are saying, I value my peace more than your drama. Here's how to implement this. Decide what behaviors you will no longer tolerate. Communicate them calmly and firmly. Do not provide lengthy explanations or justifications. A simple statement like, I won't engage in this conversation anymore, is enough. The beauty of boundaries is that they don't need permission to exist. You are not responsible for how toxic people react. If they attempt to guilt you or provoke you, remain calm and reiterate your limits silently. Think of boundaries as a force field. Toxic people will test it. They will push against it. But if it's strong and consistent, eventually they look for a new target because you are no longer an easy source of chaos. Point 3. Observe, don't absorb. Detach from their drama. The third strategy is one of the most overlooked. Watch, don't absorb. Toxic people often hide behind apologies, promises, and charm. They act like they've changed, but history shows us patterns repeat. Instead of taking their words at face value, focus on their actions. Actions never lie. Here's an example. Maybe a friend repeatedly cancels plans, criticizes you subtly, and spreads rumors, but then sends a heartfelt apology. Your instinct might be to forgive immediately and hope they change. But clever people learn to observe without absorbing the negativity. Detach emotionally from their behavior. Think of it like rain on a window. The rain falls, hits the glass, but it doesn't soak inside your home. That's your mind. Toxic actions can pass over you without affecting your peace. If you learn to detach, this requires self-awareness. When you notice the toxic behavior, say to yourself, this is their darkness, not mine. I will not internalize it. Detachment is not coldness. It's wisdom in action. Point 4. Detach without guilt. Protect your peace. Point 4 is about guilt-free detachment. Many people hesitate to distance themselves from toxic individuals because they feel guilty. They think, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I should forgive. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Here's the truth. Your peace is more important than their approval. Detachment is not rejection, it's protection. Ask yourself, if I continue engaging with this person, will it improve my life or drain it? Most of the time, the answer is clear. When you choose yourself, you grow stronger. A practical approach. Reduce interactions gradually if possible. Limit exposure to situations that trigger negativity. Stay courteous but firm. You don't owe explanations. This is one of the most powerful ways to outsmart toxic people silently. They may not understand it, they may even try to guilt you, but deep down, they cannot break someone who values their peace more than their presence. Point 5. Respond strategically, stay calm and calculated. The fifth tactic is perhaps the most counterintuitive. Respond intelligently, not emotionally. Toxic people often want conflict. Anger, frustration, or hurt is their playground. Instead of reacting, respond with thoughtfulness and calm. Think before you speak. Let every response serve a purpose, not just vent emotion. Here's an example. A colleague spreads rumors about you at work. Instead of confronting them angrily, calmly, address the situation with facts. Document interactions. Speak with confidence and detachment. Notice what happens? The toxic person begins to lose credibility, while you appear rational, composed, and strong. This is the hallmark of intelligence. Emotional reactions give them power. Calm, calculated responses take it away. It's like chess. Every move should protect your king, your peace, while positioning yourself to gain strength. Point 6. Know when to walk away. Strength is in distance. Sometimes the wisest choice is simply to walk away. Walking away doesn't make you weak, it makes you strategic. Recognize that some toxic people will never change. They are stuck in their patterns and no amount of effort will shift them. By choosing distance, you are reclaiming control over your life. Walking away is also empowering because it signals self-respect. It denies them access to your energy. It creates space for healthier relationships. Here's a mental exercise. Visualize your life as a garden. Toxic people are weeds. You can try to prune them endlessly. But sometimes the only way to save the flowers is to remove the weeds completely. Strength is not in confrontation. Strength is in knowing when your presence no longer serves your growth. Point 7. Learn and evolve. Let toxicity refine you. Finally, the seventh and most important principle. Use toxic experiences as lessons. Every toxic person you encounter is a mirror, reflecting behaviors you never want to adopt. Ask yourself, what did this person teach me about myself? About patience? About boundaries? About resilience? Instead of letting their negativity define you, let it refine you. Let their chaos strengthen your calm. Their lies sharpen your truth. Their manipulation fortify your discernment. The smartest people don't waste energy exposing toxic individuals or arguing endlessly. They evolve beyond them. They build themselves into someone untouchable, calm, kind, confident, and unwavering. When you focus on personal growth, the toxic influence diminishes. Your mind becomes a fortress that no negativity can penetrate. Conclusion. Toxic people will always exist, and you can't control their actions, but you can control yourself. By guarding your emotional energy, enforcing boundaries, detaching without guilt, responding strategically, knowing when to walk away, and learning from the experience, you become untouchable. Remember, you don't win by fighting them. You win by evolving. You win by building inner strength, confidence, and peace that cannot be shaken. So, if you've ever been drained, manipulated, or hurt by someone toxic, take this as your roadmap. Protect your peace, value yourself, and rise above their chaos silently, cleverly, and powerfully. If this message resonates with you, tap that subscribe button, join the dark psychology community, and start mastering the art of silent strength today. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.